I think one of the things that is interesting about you, brother, is the fact that you're not just an artist, but also an organizer. And can you speak on briefly what being an organizer and being in organizations have done, not only for your political maturity, but for your discipline and for your focus, especially in this industry where it's this concept of divide and conquer.
Right.
You know, not only just the whack reactionary artists groups break up, but even groups like Arrested Development,
Right.
Goody Mob broke up. So can you speak to, I guess, your organizational affiliation and the impact that being an organizer gave you as far as discipline and what have you?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for the question, and just chopping it up with you. You know, I can't. It would be an understatement to say that you know, it was the work that happened previous to me being pursuing, like, using music as a tool to communicate those ideas. It would be an understatement for me to say how critical it was for our development. Like you said, you stated the important things: discipline, focus, but overall a commitment and an accountability that goes above and beyond and anchors us to you know, the fight. For instance, we talked about the breakdown of certain groups, which, you know, they have, you know, certain subjective reasons why that happens, as well as objective reasons that have everything to do with individuality. But sometimes the subjective stuff overcomes the situation because, you know, the primary objective is not so clear, you know, right, for the group. But for us, we're inextricably tied to goals of independence for African people through a revolutionary process that cannot be attained by celebrity or wealth. So even if we were to have, you know, amassed any of those kind of accoutrements that come with, like, entertainment or music field, we still would not have been satisfied, having not achieved the ability to raise general consciousness, raise organizational capacity, and reach real goals in general for the masses of black people. That's always been the thing that was the glue for Dead Prez. Was out of organization, we were able to talk about the thing, or pull out the things that were the most important and prioritize them, to be able to say, well, without the achievement of these, and Dead Prez still has a goal. We still feel like we have to fight forward, and anything less would be, you know, almost as if we gave up. So that's kind of how it came, you know, as a result of being organized or being in an organization that we can be held accountable to in certain kind of ways. You know, understanding that the music or the use of culture was, particularly for Dead Prez, a tool secondary to the political education, which we hope to infuse in a musical process that we understood just by right of being African and coming into African culture in the name of hip hop, to be able to mix that up and cook up something that could be, you know, edible and palpable for the you know, for the palate of the masses. That was the goal, and it always has been. So those are the things that keep us tied in that way. It's the organization and organization only that could have done it that way. I've seen without it, even the most political organizations, even with ideas of tying the music into the organization second, don't make it. Right. You have to first be organized and understand what it means to be in a revolutionary, you know, structure, and then you can make that kind of music act in that manner, and it's tied to the goals and not just this free floating kind of thing.
Right,
you know?
right. Yeah, so we were talking earlier about moving around and going back